It's Monday, September 19th. I'm GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Welcome to the National Outlook. We have had some developments last week on which I will focus some attention for the next 2 to 3 programs. A lot of it has to do with an almost 3-hour interview, conversation, that our Honourable Vice President, Mr. GHK, had with Mr. Glenn Lall, the owner and publisher of Kaieteur News. It was interesting. And I want to look at this from a couple of ways. One, today, what his government intends to do. Tomorrow, Mr. GHK himself, and possibly Wednesday, if we were to visit there, how he came across to those who were listening or watching, and those who have read since. As I said, it was an education. First of all, the government. VP GHK has no plans to fix lopsided 2016 Exxon contract. That was from last Thursday's Kaieteur newspaper, but maintains criticisms of low royalty tax giveaway, no ring fencing provision. The government has the world at its feet. It's in charge of this oil. And the PPP government is in the driver's seat and is calling the shots. In opposition, it was very ferocious in saying all that was wrong and everything that was wrong with the contract. And there are some reasons for that. There are some good reasons for that. And that's what opposition does. But now that it's in the government, it's kind of strange that the PPP leadership is so reluctant, so hesitant, so distant from wanting to take the steps necessary to make a start in remedying. Take the steps necessary to make a start in remedying the flaws, the many flaws in this oil contract. Let's get this straight. The contract has its weaknesses. I've always said from day one, when the PNC was in power, that I don't like this contract, but we have to live with it. It's not the best contract, but it was the best that we could have gotten. And because of a number of considerations, and I still stand there. But now that we know how much Exxon hungers for this oil, how much Hess Corporation depends on this oil of ours, cheap oil, rich, sweet, light crude oil, quality oil, then we are in the driver's seat, and that means the PPP government. So, as to why it doesn't want to fix it, that raises a lot of questions. It raises a lot of issues in my mind about why it does not want to do so. I would think that President Ali, Vice President GHK, the Minister of Natural Resources, Mr. Vikram Bharat, I think I've got that right, the entire government, the entire cabinet, would want what is better for the Guyanese people. Yes, these things take time, and yes, there are ways to go about it, but this is our oil, and we have to be militant about it. We have to get in the face of ExxonMobil and say, listen, you want this oil or you don't want it? You're going to get it, but you're going to get it on our terms. I think it is as complex and as simple as that. Look, I don't want to oversimplify this. There's a danger in that, many dangers in that, in doing so. But I feel that the PPP leadership, President Ali and the Vice President and the Minister, well, forget about the Minister, the President and the Vice President, really has it in their hands to fix the significant areas of this contract. Talk about ring fencing and royalty and the taxes. The taxes. Each one of us pay taxes. Mr. Jagdeo knows that. Companies pay taxes. He knows that. So why should Exxon not pay taxes? Let us move on that. Move on one big thing, sir. And that's where I am. You should be there too on this and the other things that we're going to talk about. I'm GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Thank you for listening to the National Outlook.